Hey everybody, Hollywoodpizza here, and we're going to be playing some mono green Stompy today in Explore. I think this is one of the most underrated decks. I think it has a really good matchup pretty much against anything. The game plan of the deck is essentially get down like a Mana Dork, Land of War Elves, Elvish Mystic, and then ramp into one of our 3-drops, Steel Leaf Champion, Kazandu Mammoth, Ronus, Lovestruck Beast, and then hit a Henge on turn 3, which is really early to be playing this card. After that, you can just go over the top of your opponent by just playing some really beefy creatures, drawing a bunch of cards. For backup, we have Collect a Company to give us a little bit of some value against decks like Rakdos or control decks after they board wipe. For some early threats as well, we have some additional, Werewolf Pack Leaders and Scavenging Ooze. Ooze is just, ridiculously overperformer. Just gets rid of cards in the graveyard, Croxa, Atraxa, anything in the Grease Fan deck. Even though it doesn't necessarily always get huge, being able to kind of hate on some cards and still be a reasonable size is just phenomenal for Scavenging Ooze. Ronus is just a really great addition to this deck, able to pump some creatures up, and being indestructible means that, and the Death Touch means that it's going to be really good against any creature-based strategy. Indestructibility helps against decks like Rakdos, where they just play a lot of spot removal, so they kind of need to have one of their sacrifice effects in order to be able to deal with it. We also have Primal Might to kind of give us a little bit of a huge fireball effect on top of that. Just a phenomenal removal spell. A lot of the times I end up just playing it for one to get rid of something early, or just use the Ronus, which has Death Touch to kind of just clear the way of something that's going to be bigger. For special lands, we have a couple Besagers to help with things like Fable, or any kind of special lands like a Mutavault. We have 2 Haship Oasis to give us a little bit of that extra reach. It really helps with Steel Leaf Champion. Let's say you need to deal the last 8 points of damage, you can just pump up your Steel Leaf. And if your opponent just has creatures power 2 or less, it's just going to be unblockable, just going to hit for a huge chunk of damage. Couple Lair of the Hydras as well to kind of dump our mana into or make a really big body. A trick that a lot of people forget about is you can just make this a 1/1 to be able to attack with your Lovestruck Beast. Obviously, you want to do it when your opponent's tapped out or you know that they don't have removal, but still something kind of like a heads-up play. And on top of that, let's say you do make it a 1/1, then you have a ton of spare mana. You can make it a 1/1 attack with your Lovestruck and then pump a bunch of mana into the Lair of Hydra to make it even bigger as well. For a sideboard, we have 3 Heroic Interventions to help against anything removal or board wipe based. We have 3 Outland Liberators against Fables, Artifacts or Enchantments, things like the Yorion Incarnation deck. We also have 2 Unlicensed Hearts to kind of help with the Scavenging Ooze on top for the graveyard. 2 Kroll Harpooners, which are great against Mono Blue Spirits or any deck based around Flyers. A couple of Ran-Throughs for some additional removal, and on top of that, it could end up being a burn spell if one of your cards has Trample from Aronas, anything like that. And 3 Shifting Ceratops, which are great against Spirits, great against Control, has Pro Blue, can't be countered. And on top of that, you can also give it Trample and Haste. So it's a really powerful card against the decks that you want it for. Overall, right now, we still have like an 80% win rate with this deck. This is usually the deck that gets me to Mythic. I think this list is particularly good just because we're playing Henge and a lot more of these beefy 3-drops that kind of just help power out and go over the top of the opponent. But let's go and jump into some games and have some fun. Going to be on the play with some mono green. This is definitely a keepable hand here. We have some Mana Dorks and a couple good 3-drops to actually choose from in Lovestruck Beast or the Steel Leaf, but we're probably going to Steel Leaf. It's a little bit more of like an unblockable card. So let's go get that down. Looks like they're playing a legendary deck. Hey, thanks, Star Werewolf. I appreciate you. Thanks a ton, homie. I appreciate you hanging out with us here over the last few days and all the gifted subs you've been doing. It really means a lot. I appreciate you. Let's hit them for 5 and pass it back. Probably going to put a counter here. It's kind of weird, though. Like, I'm actually surprised that this deck is making it over to Explorer. It's kind of interesting. We had an Abzan Legends ourselves, but it was for Standard. Ooh. So a fight spell doesn't do it. We hit a Coco. This gives us that. So can't attack because of first strike Death Touch. They're probably going to keep this back, I would think. I'm trying to think about how much actual removal they play, too. We know they play a Conjo. Okay, Asika. We're the aggressors, so it's like less likely that they attack. I mean, they can use those cards for mana. We'd be pretty happy. We're just gonna Coco. Okay, Hajar. Sure. Oh, they have Vigilance because of Asika. If we double block, they kill them both. Yeah, this card's just really, really good. So we can't kill it yet because of Death Touch. Yep. We're looking for Ronus, maybe? I wouldn't mind a Ronus and a Pack Leader because we'll draw. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's get both of these. And we hit the Primal Might. So that goes away. We attack. They block here. And they block here. 10, 12. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, they should be dead, right? That's fine. Can't block here. Block there, take exactly 12. Yep. That's dead. Oh, they gained 3 though. Oh. I didn't think about the first strike, chat. It's okay though. They have to have 2 blockers for these. Maybe we needed to make that a 4. I guess even if we make that a 4/4, it dies to this because of Death Touch. Ugh. Wow, they're going to 1. Joda. They don't have enough blockers though now. Let's see, tense. Oh, they have exact though. Oh, chat. That's a shame. Yep. Well, we missed lethal, but then they hit us back for exact. It is what it is. What are you gonna do, you know? What are you gonna do, chat? Let's just only play one of these. 26. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. This gives us 27. Maybe we don't need this. Maybe we're just gonna try to go over the top with the hinge. Man, we missed lethal by 3, and then they got us back. It's kind of tough, but it happens. We didn't know they were literally gonna slam the game-winning card on their turn. A little bit unexpected, but it is what it is. I still think we made... I mean, we made close to the right play. Maybe we just wait like one more turn to do it. I just completely forgot about Glissa being able to kill something at first strike and then gain them life, but it is what it is. There's not much we could do about it. Let's go and see if we can take down this game. Gonna be on the play. A bit more of a weaker hand, for sure. We'll try it out. We're just danger of flooding out. We have 2 decent threats and essentially like a redraw with the pack leader. We know they're less likely to maybe play something on turn 1 unless they have like some random 1-drops. Yep. We could play this. I think we still play Mammoth, so we can get the most value out of our land drops. Steel Leaf's actually looking pretty good. It's a little bit more unblockable. It also permanently turns on Ronus. Alright, so they hit Catilda here. They're missing land drops, so obviously that's good for us. We'll go ahead and swing out, redraw. Okay. Could do this and Love Struck. Yeah, I think that's fine. Maybe we get Ronus down because Ronus gives Trample. We'd rather pump up our pack leader to just like get through. It'll end up being a lot of damage towards them. They have to pay life, so if they have a 3-drop or 4-drop, it's okay. It's just going to be 1 card and we kind of just have a lot of power on board. Could also just make this a 5-3 off of its own ability if we need to. I mean, they miss a land drop, and if they're shocking themselves out to play a card, they're just dead. And I think we still just keep it, roll it back. Really looking to try to just get the henge down. They haven't seen it, so it's less likely that they have an answer for it. Unless they specifically brought in like a destroy artifact or enchantment. We can't keep this hand, couple removals, no creatures. This is a little bit better. It's obviously sketchy, but I think we can keep it. Alright, we drew an untapped land, so that's great. We'll have Steel Leaf Champion on 2. And then we can potentially cast this Mammoth if we draw another land. Plus like a 1-mana Primal Might on something. Okay, Malira's pretty good. Right, we hit Collect a Company. So we're still looking for an untapped land. We can Coco. Get a couple good threats down. This Primal Might's definitely going to go a long way. Okay, Shayna. We don't have any good attacks. Yep. We hit Coco, but it comes in. This land comes in tapped. May just want to get rid of this, so it's just out of the way. No matter what we kill, they're just going to get it back. Card to the battlefield. So we could kill this, but then they sack this and this comes back. We would rather Mystic to make mana. Maybe we Mystic to have a bigger turn. This is the same like using a removal spell anyways. If they want a double block, it's fine. They're only going to lose one of their cards, so we may as well get in there for some damage. They can gain some life back, but then their blocker is going to be tapped. And they want to spend some mana to draw a card. You know, they're going to have to end up using most of their turn to do it. So we go down to 14, they go back up to 16. They didn't do that, though. So that means that they also have a collected company. Coming in for 5. Wow. That's a straight miss. Could have gotten in for an extra point, but I think that's okay. They'll probably just exile it. That's fine. Yep. You know, obviously them whiffing is really good for us here. We need to hit some big boomers though with our collected company here. Yep. Yep, gonna try to resolve this. If they have a counter spell, it's a bit rough. Alright, we just hit Ronus. So if they want to use the Plaza of Heroes, they can. They'll go up to 14, but then they're just dead to our board here. So they can let this die and then maybe try to cast like a blocker, but yeah. Alright, we're able to take that match down. You know, we made a little bit of a mistake in the first game, but we definitely rebounded, obviously, and we're able to take down the next two. So we'll go ahead and see you for the rest of the games. Gonna be on the draw here, playing some more mono green. We're gonna go ahead, keep this hand. We have a Mystic into a Steel Leaf, into a Henge, essentially. And it does look like we're up against Rakdos, so you know, our Elvish Mystic surviving, you know, that percentage definitely went down. If they have Blood Tithe, they're okay with that. Yep, just gonna Stomp. We'll go ahead and play Pack Leader. Looking for an untapped mana so that way we can Steel Leaf or Ronus. I think Ronus is going to be better next turn just because it's an indestructible card. We could swing, we'll trade. And then they have... I think I'd rather just pass here. Even though we're the aggressive deck. Okay, so they end up having another Blood Tithe. We end up trading with the Blood Tithe anyways, which is what would have happened if we attacked. Need to hit a land. No land is a bit unfortunate, but we can do this to kind of protect ourselves a little bit. I'm a little bit sketched out by doing this, but I don't, you know, we don't have any other plays, so I think that's fine. It gets stomped. But our opponent right now is stuck on 2 mana, so if this is all that they're doing, we're pretty happy with it. Ooh. Alright, no third land is a bit rough for sure, but we can come in for 7 here. So Ronus is probably going to die, unfortunately. And they can Fatal Push the Steel Leaf afterwards, so definitely in a bit of a tough spot here. Okay, Power Word kill. And they can kill the Ronus still. Yep. So unfortunately, you know, not hitting the land drop has made us miss this Henge. We'll go and get a Steel Leaf down. We're going to do this on our main phase now. We get the hit for 3, so we put them down to 10 and we'll pass them back. Still a little bit ahead. You know, we have 2 really good threats on the board. If they just play Bone Crusher, that's fine. We can definitely fight through that. Yeah, we just hit this anyways. We'll go ahead and +1 here. Kill the Bone Crusher and then kill... I guess we put them down to 1 on this attack. Yeah, I guess we could have just, like, Primal Mighted for a bunch, but it's okay. Let's see. So we have Ram Throughs. I think what we were doing was one of these, couple of these, couple of these. Cut this. We cut all 3 of these. Maybe we cut a henge. We only have 27 creatures, though. It's a bit sketchy for the Coco. I don't think we want to bring that back, though. Or we just don't even play that. The elves are kind of bad against them after a while. Yeah, let's play one more of these. It's either that or bring the mammoth back, so that way we just don't miss any land drops and still have somewhat of like a decent threat that sets off our henges. I think this is good, though. Yeah, we keep this hand. Looks like they do have a Thoughtseize, though. So we're going to lose the Collected Company. We have Mystic, and then we can also make a 1/1 and Pack Leader next turn off that top deck. Bloodtithe Harvester coming down, or a Stomp. Yep, there's a Stomp. They did have to pay 2 life for it. The tab out for Bone Crusher, we're actually trading up on mana and getting rid of a good blocker for them. Oh wow, they just have Liliana though, so that's really good for our opponent. We have to sacrifice this Pack Leader. We hit Coco. Gonna do this. I'm gonna play this. They have another Stomp. We'd rather kill that they kill the Outland Liberator than our Ooze. Ooze is just gonna be better late game. They might just only have Bone Crusher here. Ooh, Meat Hook for 2. Alright. And we do have to discard the Ooze. Alright, we hit the land for the Coco, so that's good. So we'll see what they do here. Fable, that's fine. They'll probably uptick on the Liliana. We can do this in response. Hitting Outland Liberator. I think I'd rather have the Ooze. Ooze is going to be a serious threat against them. And they discard their last card. We hit Henge. Attack Liliana. We play Lovestruck Beast. Pass it back. We still have a Henge now. And we can pump up the Ooze in response to like a Stomp. They're going to keep their 1 card. So they hit a Graveyard Trespasser. That's okay. Whatever they target here, we can at least get rid of 1 of them. So we can get rid of 1 of these cards at least. This becomes a 3/3. We'll gain a life. Taking a damage back. They don't have any good attacks. We hit a Primal Might. We definitely do this. I'm attacking with the Ooze if they want a double block. We get to kill their Graveyard Glutton. They're probably going to take it here, is my guess. Okay, they're blocking. Do we not have any creatures? We still have 2 creatures. Okay, that's interesting. We're pretty happy with that trade, honestly. We get to kill their card. We lose a life. That's not really like a big deal. And we still have a removal spell for the Fable. If they have a discard spell, it's going to be a little bit annoying, but yeah, able to take that match down. I feel like we're usually like 50-50 against Rakdos, but we've been doing pretty good against it. We played it quite a bit on the ladder. We'll see you for the next one. Gonna be on the play here with some mono green. I think we can keep this hand really, really aggressive. We have our turn to Steel Leaf plus a fight spell. So I think we want to set up the Steel Leaf here. Yep, Rakdos again, so Fatal Push. Or Thoughtseize. Probably take the Primal Might, I would think. Or maybe they just take the Steel Leaf. Love Struck's a good option because it's a 2-for-1. Okay, they took the Love Struck Beast. We're kind of happy about that. If they don't have like a removal here or like a Blood Tide that's just going to die. And then we can keep the beats going. Okay, we're completely fine with that. We hit Ronos. Let's play this. Smash for 5. If all they have is Bone Crusher, we can kill it. We can play Ronos, kill the Bone Crusher, and then keep the beats going for 5. If we top deck a land, it's even better. We can Ronos, do this for 0, come in for 6. Alright, they're choosing to put the land into play. Power Word kill, yep. We hit a Love Struck Beast, which is fantastic. Let's get that down. We could do Ronos in case they have a Thoughtseize. That might end up being better because either way they can't interact with this, so we can still get this down to activate the Ronos. Like, yeah, losing our fight spell is a big deal, but if we're just pushing a ton of damage through and our creatures are bigger, it doesn't really matter that we need the removal spell. Okay, Fable's okay. It's not like anything crazy here. We hit a Forest. I don't think I want to play it yet, just in case. Get our opponent down to 8 here. I guess we can play it. Nah, I'd rather not get blown out by like a Liliana, and our opponent's just going to concede here. Let's see. We can bring in the Ram-Throughs. A couple of these. Cut this. Cut all these. Alright, so lots of Rakdos on the ladder, honestly. Yesterday, hey, what's up, Akuma Rai? Welcome in. Yesterday, we played against it 3 times to start our stream, so Rakdos is definitely a big deal right now. Rakdos is definitely out there. I'm really hoping for like a quick start again. With the Coco for value. Hopefully dodging a Thoughtseize here. I think we keep this. We're going to be on the draw. We still have plays to make if these die. And we did dodge a Thoughtseize. So maybe we can get Steel Leaf down or Ronos. Stomp here. Could play Pack Leader. Makes them have to deal with it. Or we make mana. But then there's a chance that Mystic just dies. So I think I'm okay doing this. If like the higher risk, higher reward play is hitting a land, then Steel Leaf or the Ronos again. Okay, they do have a Thoughtseize now. So they're going to take the Coco maybe. But we don't have mana. You could make an argument for even taking the Mystic. But if they want to take the Mystic, it's a pretty low impact card. Yeah, we could just Mystic now. Make it 1-1. They don't have any removal. There's no Stomp. We'll get them down to 15. So maybe they just play Bone Crusher. Alright, they're going after the Mystic. That's fine. Yep, there's a Bone Crusher looking to hit a land. Alright, no land, unfortunately. I'm keeping the pressure going. We'll make them have to block. Obviously, not hitting a land is a bit rough, but we're still in this game. Yep, there's a Blood Tithe. They have 2 cards left. We'll see if they have another play, like a Trespasser maybe. Trespasser would be a bit rough. Alright, Liliana. Still rough either way. Alright. So we have to get rid of another Steel Leaf. So Liliana's been really good for them. They're probably going to make us sack. If they do, we have a 1-1 that kind of buffers it a little bit. They don't have any good attacks. Like, they could come in for 3, but that's not really, like, crazy good. I think I have to get rid of the Steel Leaf. It's obviously annoying if we draw a card where you can't, like, if we don't hit a land, we can't play the Coco either way. Alright, we do hit the land, which is great. So we're going to come in. We're going to come in at the Liliana. If they want to double block, we get to kill their cards, which is nice. Yep. They actually can't block with the Mutavault. They had to activate the Hive. They can only block with the Blood Tithe, so that was a really big mistake on their end. Yeah, they had to activate the Hive to double block because of the way Steel Leaf is worded. So we'll pass it back. If they make us discard, we just cast the Coco in response. They can't cycle the Blood token. All they really have are some creature lands now, unless they top deck something really good. If it's a removal, we just make, hopefully, a couple more creatures here. And it looks like they top deck the land. Okay, so they play another Blood Tithe Harvester. That's okay. They can't really activate their Hive, which is good. They ended up using it anyways for mana. They'll probably make us discard, but they know that we have Coco. Either way, upticking on Liliana is the right play. And let's see. Wow, we end up whiffing, so... yeah, a bit rough for us there, for sure. Ram through's great, though. We can kill this at least. Hit the Liliana for 5. They can't block. And we'll pass it back. So, you know, obviously we really needed to hit those 2 creatures to kind of like win the game. Now we're at like kind of the mercy of our opponent's top decks here. And they get another redraw with the Blood. Unless this is a card that they want to play. Okay, just a land. Okay, they just had to land anyways. They uptick. They can still activate the Hive, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, hitting Pack Leader is okay. We have to swing out. They're going to activate the Hive, probably block the Steel Leaf. Or else they just lose Liliana. Okay, and then we still have Pack Leader to kind of draw some cards. So, you know, we're not out of it yet. You know, our opponent can still top deck a really good card here. Yep, there's a Shieldred. Really good card. They get the uptick on the Liliana. We're going to lose 2 now. Okay, Ooze is great, though. We're going to swing on Liliana. Okay, we draw a Lair of the Hydra, lose another 2 life. And we'll play the Ooze. Our board's looking pretty good. You know, obviously they're going to gain a little bit of some life here, but they still, you know, 1 card a turn now. They got to draw something good. If it's a removal spell, it's a bit rough. Let's exile some creatures on their side. Let's get rid of the Bone Crusher. And we'll break even here, but I'd rather get rid of their creatures and just some of their cards in general. If we lose... if they say even, they lose their Shieldred. Wow, yeah. Okay, odd, sure. We still get to keep 2 of our cards, and, you know, they can battle through the Shieldred as well. I was about to say, it's not really a good attack. Henge is great here. Henge is really good. I think we play it. We do get a redraw if we attack. We'll lose some life over it, but we can gain 2 here. If we attack out, they block. I don't think it's worth losing my pack leader. In all honesty, they're pretty high life. Yeah, we'll just come in for more damage. So we'll get rid of this, gain some life. We get to hit them for 6. Let's get rid of this. So they're going to go down to 11. An active Henge is great. You know, we still have a creature we can play to redraw. Obviously, Shieldred's going to make us lose some life, but we're breaking a little bit even right now with the Ooze. Okay, there's a Stomp. Completely fine. We'll get a Bone Crusher. That's okay. Okay, we hit a Ram through. Gonna come in for damage. Yep. We'll play Left Struck Beast. And we'll pass it back. Maybe we might have wanted to play the Forest because we don't have to lose life, but I mean, we kind of like let our opponent know that we have 2 pump spells, so. Alright, able to take our match down. Let's see how we do in our next one.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book stores got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below. And on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you. On the draw with some more Stomp, Stomp, Stomp. See if we can keep the Stomp, Stomp, Stomp going. Yep, we can keep this. Our opponent did mulligan. We may be up against the legendary deck again. Okay, Luminarch Aspirant's fine. I'm playing the Steel Leaf just because it can block. There's a chance that they still have Brutal Cathar and we lose the Ronus anyways if we play the Ronus instead. Okay, they have another Luminarch, so that's going to be 4. I think we take that, though. It's a bit scary because obviously their creature could end up being bigger than our creatures, but yeah, we're going to take that. We'll play Henge. I'm coming in. I'm coming back. We can gain some life off this. They can't gain any life, at least that we can see. Let's go and play Mystic. Redraw. Okay, we hit Oasis. We'll pass it back. We can block if we need to. I mean, this is probably going to be a 6-6, or they make this a 3-3. Could also activate the Mutavault and swing in for more. It looks like they kept light land hand with a couple of these colorless ones. Oh, wow. That was... Oh, okay, they're making it a human to do this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yep, so that's going to be a 4-4. We can block here. We'll play Ronus first. Get a redraw. Attack. Let's play this first in case we draw something better than a Mammoth. We don't. Now we play Mammoth. Okay, now this guarantees us that no matter, like, they can kill one of these, but we'll still have Ronus as a blocker. So they don't really have any good attacks anymore right now. It does put us in, like, this awkward position where we can't really, like, attack well, and they have a Coco. Okay. I'm just coming in. Different Coco decks? Yeah, there's a lot of different ones for sure. Humans is really good. I think, this is going to be one of the best decks, I think. Usually it's in mono white. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty surprised that they're playing Collected Company. I feel like you don't see it. Like, you see it sometimes in this deck, but not often. Alright, so they get to make something indestructible. Yep, that gets 2 counters. So this is targeting, yep, Lethali's Lieutenant. Gonna block there, that gains them some life. Gonna block there. So they got the 13, potentially take the 6. They could double block. They could block with the Dauntless because they're just gonna lose it anyways. If they block with one of their real cards, we're a lot happier with that, obviously. Yeah, if they want to double block the Mammoth, we're pretty good with that. We can play a second Mammoth and then Coco as well. And right now, Boseiju only costs 1 because we do have a legendary creature. So we can still blow up one of their lands if they want to try to go for like an Alpha Strike or something. Like, we're still looking pretty good. We get to gain 2 life as well on top of that. We'll still have one of these back, I believe. It'll be 3, 4, yeah. 6. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can get +6. This will be 12. Let's see. So right now we can do +3. Or excuse me, +6. So if we +6 there, that's not going to be enough. It's still only going to be 12. It puts them down to 1. I think this is fine. I don't want to spend all my mana right now. I think we can try to do it next turn, depending on what blocks they make. Yeah, that's fine. So they go up to 7. We play this. Get a redraw. Primal Might. We could Primal Might now and kill their Luminarch. I feel like that's pretty good. It stops their creatures from getting too big. If they hit a removal, it doesn't really matter. Let's pass. We still have the Boseiju plus the Coco. We can blow up their creature land if need be. Okay, there's Adeline. That's fine. That's not anything too crazy. Yeah, we just have Coco and blow up something. I think we want the ram throughs. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think we want to cut a henge because we really need it early. Ooze is actually really good as well. We call it Mammoth or a Llanowar Elf. Yeah, Brave the Elements is a really crazy card. I think Mono White's definitely one of the best in Explorer. It's the closest deck to Pioneer, right? Like one of the closest decks besides like Mono Green. Let's go to Mammoth instead. I just feel like I really want a fast start, and even if we draw some Llanowar Elves late, we can use them as blockers. I mean, having the 2 extra Llanowar Elves means that we have a higher chance of hitting our cards on time. Yep. And we can keep this hand. This hand's a little bit awkward because obviously we have the tap land, but we do have some plays here. Pack Leader's a pretty decent draw. Luminarch Aspirant, maybe? Yep. I'm gonna play Pack Leader. Trades with it. I would trade with it too. I think that's fine. Obviously, if they have another Luminarch here, it's a little bit deadly, but I think that's fine. If they attack, let's make them use a Brave the Elements. Alright, no Brave the Elements there from our opponent. Oh, they're just gonna get it back with Specialists? Sure. Seems pretty decent. Could have played the Love Struck. It's a bit of a better blocker. I'm gonna activate Mutavault maybe. Or do they just have Adeline here? Oh, looks like they have removal. Yeah, destroy evil. So either way, they would have been able to kill the Love Struck. This is probably gonna be a 4-3. A 5-4 now because of Thali's Lieutenant. Yep. 10-point life swing seems pretty good. We hit a land. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do both of these. We'll have to double block the Specialist if they don't have a removal. Okay, they just hit a Dauntless anyways, so yep, gonna do the Extraction Specialist here. Yep. They're gonna have to use it, yep. It's definitely a little bit annoying, but, you know, they're 31. We're definitely behind this game. We're not hitting, like, our power cards. We needed a Primal Might or a Henge to kind of go over the top of them, and we didn't hit it, so I think I'll just hold on to this, maybe pretend it's something good. Looking to dodge a Brutal Cathar here. Or another removal spell. Okay, Adeline. If they attack with the Specialist, we still double block. Okay, they're attacking like that. That's fine. We gotta take the 5 here. I'm not using these until I absolutely have to. Alright, so we're going to lose one of our Steel Leafs. They're going to go up to 38. Hitting land, a bit rough there. Looks like we ended up getting flooded out, so maybe if this is a Mammoth instead, doesn't really make much of a difference. Yeah, they hit a Brutal Cathar. And we're just a little bit too behind now. Even if we make some blocks, we kind of just need a top deck of Coco in order to stay in the game. Yeah, even if that was Mammoth, it doesn't really make much of a difference, or whatever Cyber card. We just got too flooded out that game, so hoping for a quick start here in game 3. And this is decent. We got some early plays. We have an early removal spell. You know, if they have a 1-drop, we're going to be a little bit behind, but if it's like a Dauntless, we can block with our 3/3, which is nice. And Ooze makes sure that we're able to gain some life later. So they're using a Dauntless now, which is pretty good for us, at least considering that, you know, both of our decks are based off of creature combat. You know, them not having an additional indestructible blocker attacker is just really good for us. They play Luminarch. They pump this up, we take the 3. Could have traded and then scoos, but I still like redrawing a card. Like, we're still looking pretty good here. You know, we're willing to at least try to race a little bit. You know, Ooze definitely helps break that race by gaining its life and making a really big attacker, blocker. Alright, so they get another Dauntless down, protecting their Dauntless. Okay, Lieutenant's pretty good here, pumps up all their creatures. We'll take the 4, go down to 13. We're not getting a redraw. We needed to pump this up before. I think I'm okay just coming in for 3 here. Pass it back, trying to find 2 really big threats. Okay, they have another Lieutenant, so we're definitely in a little bit of some trouble now. Yep, the team gets bigger. Do they have a Destroy Evil is the question. We're about to find out here. Yep, they have it. We trade. I gotta take the 9, I think. Definitely not in the best position. Ooh, ram through is fantastic, though. Wow, yeah, that's really good. We're just gonna pass back. Yo, what up, Swamp? How's it going, homie? Always good to see you, bro. What do we want to do here? Maybe we kill their 4/3. This is like a problematic card. Alright, we go down to 2. Brave the Elements is a scary card. I think we just do this. This is the biggest card right now. They need to play a ton of humans for this to get bigger. That's fine. Yep. Just gotta pass. I want to get aggressive, but we can't get aggressive right now. Woodcathar is really good for our opponent. We only go up to 4. We would lose the ooze. Okay, land drop. What's their last card? Is it a Brave the Elements? Alright, time to start eating some things. Let's get rid of this Dauntless so they can't get it back. Let's eat one of our cards. Yeah, Mammoth. And there's no real reason to do this yet. Alright, we hit Coco, which is really good. Coming in for 7, potentially 8 damage. Yep. Gain a little bit of some life. Get them down to 6. Looking to dodge a Brave the Elements here. We still have Elvish Mystic to get rid of a creature if they were to get it back, something like that. Alright, land drop here. 1 card left in their hand. Do they have the Brave the Elements? Alright, 2 of our best blockers able to take that match down.